Oh, let's see how Joe Rogan does it. And 3. No. And 3, 2, 1. We are live. How you doing? That's what they do every single guest.
I've never heard him say 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, they do. He goes
No
not on
shot.
all of them, but he goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
And he
and
leaves
we're
it?
live.
No shot.
Yes, he does.
No shot.
Bro, I just listened to a podcast where he did
Maybe
that.
he did that
Not
once.
every single one,
Here's his
especially
most
the
recent
older
one.
ones. Is this gonna get copyrighted?
Experience. No. Joe Rogan
Podcast by night.
all day.
Yeah, we're better than Joe Rogan podcast.
He's just
Sometimes
talking.
he doesn't. If he,
Yeah, sometimes he doesn't.
yeah. Sometimes he doesn't do anything.
I mean, whatever.
If they're already in a conversation, I think it's when he's with guests that he's not super familiar with.
No, I think it's when
familiar
he is
with.
familiar with him.
Oh,
Like when he's not, they usually just start talking,
oh, I think you're right.
and then like not halfway, but after like a few minutes they start it.
I know what Jordan
After
Peterson
he
he
breaks
does.
the ice.
Joey Diaz he does.
Yeah, those are his dogs.
Yeah, Jordan
Oh,
Peterson's his dog, isn't it?
Yeah, gotta be. He's been on there like 5 times.
The last one though, I don't think Joe Rogan enjoyed as much.
Jordan Peterson's losing his mind a little bit.
You think?
Yeah,
That's what people were saying after that podcast.
I haven't heard
You
the
think
podcast.
he's losing his mind?
I haven't
don't
heard the
know if
pod-
he's losing his mind. Some of his recent stuff's really good.
I think he's depressed. So not necessarily losing his mind, like going crazy, but
Yeah, I thought he was turning to be Christian.
I mean that doesn't mean he's not depressed. You can't.
No,
you can
I
be
know.
both.
I'm just saying, like, that should give him hope.
You
I
can
guess.
be both. But yeah, I don't know. You ready to get started?
Yeah, let's go.
We got the Bears game on. I guess Zapp is just the guy. He's the reincarnation of Tom Brady, I guess. As he,
I think
pass. What I'm hoping for this game is that, Mac Jones just wasn't 100%, and they saw it early and took him out.
Justin Fields
what I'm hoping.
finally played decent.
Justin
Still-
Fields has 3 seconds to pass on
it's-
average. It's the most in the NFL. I didn't realize that.
It's
And I
tough.
knew he took a long time to throw, but I didn't know he had the most time also to throw.
Well, it's tough. Like, the lifespan of a quarterback is so short in the NFL as far as, like, them giving you time to grow. And I feel like they've given Justin Fields plenty of time, more than a lot of other quarterbacks.
The problem with if he's had enough time or not is when you have coaching turnover like that, it's hard to pinpoint what the problem is. So, like, for instance, I guess you kind of saw that a little bit with Tua. And then he's really blossomed under this new coach. So it's kind of hard to tell. But the difference between the Bears and the Dolphins is the Dolphins are really good besides their quarterback, and the Bears are not.
Yeah, but Tua is also just better than
Right.
Justin Fields.
In
like,
year
for
3.
sure.
In year 3. Or was it 4? I think
Year
it's 3.
3, yeah. But I'm saying he's still he was a way better prospect too, coming out of college.
Yeah, he's a 3rd overall. Should have been a Heisman winner. Kyler Murray stole it.
Yeah, for real. But the only reason Kyler Murray won is because Tua never played fourth quarters and most second halves.
Yeah.
I mean, his stats would have been insane.
That team dominated.
At one point, he had
everyone.
29 touchdowns and 0 picks.
Yeah.
I mean,
I remember when he
but
finally
also
threw,
had the
when
greatest.
he finally threw one.
weapons.
I was so sad when
Yeah.
he threw an interception.
But he also had like the greatest weapons of all time. Like I was telling you earlier, if Bryce Young on that team that Tua beat Georgia on to replace Jalen,
Yeah.
if Bryce is there, they three-peat. They win in 2018 and they win in 2019.
That's a lot to say because they didn't win either of those.
I know. I think they three-peat. They beat Clemson in the national championship that year. Because this is the thing about Tua. You got to remember, Tua had very high ceilings, but his bad games were bad. Like his bad games were like 3 picks, completely taking us out of the game. When Bryce has a bad game, he still competes and keeps you in games. You know what I mean? Like he can be off,
Yeah,
but he doesn't force
I can't
it. Like
think of when Tua did force. I do remember
crazy amount of stuff.
Tua
against
did not
Clemson.
have the trust in his teammates that Bryce has, but I can't think of a game that he just self-destructed besides
LSU.
the one that Jalen came in and won anyway.
No, but he got hurt in that game. I'm saying that the game against LSU, he threw 2 picks before the half and fumbled. He self-destructed.
Oh
that
yeah, but
game.
then the second half he was
But
great.
it was
And when he
almost
came
too
back-
late by then. You can't give that up to Joe Burrow's freaking LSU team and expect to win. I don't think Bryce does that, and that's why I think they three-peat, because I think that Alabama team is better than the 2019 LSU team roster-wise. and I think they won in 2018 and beat Clemson. So I think there's a good chance they three-peat. They at least won 2 out of 3, I think.
I
bet
would
you
love
on
to
that.
see Bryce with a 2019 receiving core.
And yeah, 2018, 2019. Oh, I mean, 2019 they're all juniors. So yeah, but yeah, I couldn't imagine.
Because I remember,
I mean, like, it would be unbelievable.
when they all
If
came
they
back
did.
and we were hype.
Well, they're all sophomores, so they.
Which, speaking of that class, Jerry Jeudy, we'll just go ahead and move that into the NFL. Jerry Jeudy, Broncos trade my man. Like, people are going to be like, oh, Jerry Judy's bad. Listen, put Jerry Jeudy on the Packers. Jerry
Judy's a stud. He's a stud.
Jerry Jeudy, yeah, like maybe he has some drops, but I think it's just a product of a bad environment.
Oh,
Jerry
for sure.
Jeudy, put him on the Packers, I think he'd be solid. Put him on the Rams, he'd be solid.
Yeah, maybe the Rams or Packers would trade for him.
Yeah, he's I think the number 1 wide receiver as far as the trade deadline. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
But I'm not positive.
I mean, he was probably.
Which
They were-
if you're
they
the
were-
Broncos, I mean, I don't know if I can trade him. Like, you just signed Russ to this long deal.
Well, they were saying that Jerry Jeudy was the best out of all the Alabama receivers, but I think it's probably
He was the oldest.
Waddle.
It's
No, they were
Waddle.
all the same age. They were all soft.
He was drafted the year before.
Waddle was the year after.
Yes. Waddle was the year after.
Yes, but Ruggs, Smith, Judy.
No.
Yes. Smith came
Smith-
back for his senior year.
Right. Judy didn't.
I know but they were the same age.
Right.
do you
But
not
I don't
understand
consider that the same NFL class. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, sure, but Ruggs, Judy, and who's the other guy?
He was the best that year. He was the best. His all their junior years, he was the best.
Yeah, 2019 is the best, probably.
Right. But then after
Maybe
2020, people
Waddle,
were
but-
like, Waddle's the best, and then Waddle got drafted the highest, even though Devontae
Yeah,
won the
Waddle.
Heisman.
And Devontae's doing really good at the Eagles.
Yeah.
Devontae's
they're
just
the
a
best team in the NFC.
Devontae's a winner. He's gonna win wherever he
Probably
goes.
the best team in the NFL.
Yeah, probably.
So we'll go into that.
I don't know about the
We'll go into that division, because the Eagles had a bye week, so not much to talk about.
that division's good.
Are the Giants real? Part 2. We talked about it once. I thought they were real. Cameron wasn't so sure. They win again. So what do you have?
I
now?
guess their system's working, but I don't know if like
Daniel
teams are-
Jones ran for 100.
I know, but I don't know if teams are gonna figure that out. I don't think that wins in playoff games, bro. You know what I mean? Like I don't think
They won
like
with
he's
the
gonna
Titans.
have to. They didn't win. They didn't win the Super Bowl, or
Oh no, but I mean,
They
it's
won-
the Super Bowl teams.
they
are-
went. Have they even
I
gone
don't-
to AFC Championship?
I don't think the debate is can the Giants win a Super Bowl.
I don't think. Okay, is it what is the ceiling? What do you think the ceiling of the Giants is?
NFC Championship
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think.
I mean,
I don't know
that's
if you
not-
can win playoff games.
in the NFC. Anybody could be.
I don't know if you can win
Championship game.
playoff games if you don't have like a solid passer. I don't know if you can just run all over everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't
The-
run as much in
The
the playoffs.
Titans went to the AFC Championship with Ryan Tannehill being trash and Henry just
Ryan
ran.
Tannehill was a better pass. Ryan Tannehill wasn't trash. He's a game manager,
No,
but he could
and
throw better than Daniel
I don't
Jones.
think you remember that how bad he was that playoff.
That they went to the AFC.
He was
Championship?
so bad that even though they won 12 games, people were like, "Get him out of there," and he had just won 12 games.
I thought he was decent.
He may have been
I'm
average
pretty sure
at
he was
best, but
average. He's
I bet Daniel
he's had
Jones is-
not bad
I
years.
bet Daniel Jones, honestly, yeah, he doesn't have passing stats, but if you're running for 100 yards, it's because you're not passing.
I know, but does that work in the freaking playoffs? I don't think so.
I think
You're gonna
not
be able
turning
to
the ball
pass.
over and driving down the field either way is going to win games.
Okay, you're not gonna be able to drive down the field just running it every time. I don't think. I think he's gonna have to make pressure passes.
He was 19 to 30.
He's gonna have to make throws.
He's 6th in QBR. That's what I mean, though. He just doesn't. If he's not going to make
Okay,
mistakes.
In 2020, Tennessee, he was 33 touchdowns, 7 picks.
Yes,
Ryan
he had a good
Tannehill.
season.
And the year before, he was 22.
I just said to
and
look at
6.
his postseason. His
I know,
postseason stats.
but they weren't saying them they get him out of here.
Yes,
even
they
though
were.
Won 12 games. I'm
Right.
saying during the regular season they weren't.
I'm saying he was that good in the
He was
regular
a-
season and then he was that bad in the postseason that he was bad enough to where they were saying get him out of
Yeah,
here
he
even
was
though he had a
bad
good
in the
regular
He
season.
was bad in the postseason. I thought you were saying just overall he was bad.
I just said even though he won 12 games, they were still saying get him out of here.
I
because
thought you
how
meant
bad he was.
like during the season, even though they were winning.
No, during the season they didn't say anything.
Yeah.
He was so bad in the postseason and that's when people started saying you need elite QBs to win Super Bowls. Is that year?
Yeah, I don't know if you can win with Daniel Jones.
You can. I'm not saying you can. Yeah, I know you can't. I wouldn't argue that they could. I
Are they
I have
real
that-
as in their
I have
playoff team?
enough
Yes.
faith that if they play the Cowboys, I'm taking the Cowboys in a postseason game.
I don't know. I don't know if I take the Cowboys.
I guess we'll see. When do they play?
I think Dak's just like an average starter.
When do they play soon? They've got to. Then
Yeah, I'm sure.
They play 11/24. Is that Thanksgiving?
That's like in a month. That's exactly a month. Today's
Is that
October
Thanksgiving
24th.
Day?
November 24th.
Yeah.
Close to it.
That'd
Is
be
it on
sweet.
Thursday.
Yeah, that's Thanksgiving. That's what's up.
Why is it not? Oh, it's a third week in November.
That's the 4th Thursday. I think it's just the last Thursday.
Then why is it not the 31st? Oh, November is only 30th. I'm tripping. Yeah, that's
Mama used to teach me this thing where you go January, February, March.
I knew that.
April,
I just saw
and
your
if it
calendar.
was your knuckle, it was 31.
I knew that. I just saw your calendar and it was on a different month and it said 31st. So I thought.
Oh, and I think it was on October or something. October's 31. December's 31 too. Cowboys won. I mean, Dak was fine. I mean, if Dak's gonna play exactly like Cooper Rush and you're gonna pay him $100 million, you may as well play him. But it's just weird.
Yeah, I don't know how much like Dak makes you better than Cooper Rush on that team.
Which is crazy. Because their defense won that game. But Dak,
Yeah.
so just to look at his stats specifically, he was 19 to 25, 200 yards, a touchdown, no picks.
I just don't know if Dak's going to
mean-
go out there and win you playoff games, bro. That's the thing. Like, if you're a team that's as good as the Cowboys roster-wise, you need to make playoff runs. I just don't know if Dak's that guy. Like, I could definitely see them losing to the Giants in the first round of the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, so Dak has played 2 games. In his first game, he was 14.
His first game was bad.
14 to 29, 134 yards and a pick. His second game was 19 to 25, 200 yards, a touchdown. So overall, he has 340, 1 touchdown, 1 pick in 2 games.
Yeah, he played to all
170
4
yards.
against the Bucks.
I mean, what are you gonna do? And it turns out the Bucks aren't even good. So they
I don't
lost
think the
21-3
Bucks
to the Panthers.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's like the worst team in the
And
NFL.
guess who the Panthers QB was?
Baker.
PJ Walker.
Oh,
Who? Yeah, I know.
that's pretty rough.
Yeah,
All right.
freaking Geno Smith is that guy.
Yeah, it's almost looking like it's part of the system.
It's Pete Carroll is just him, huh?
Yeah.
Give him some props. Which, I mean, it's such a hard thing to tell because, I mean, Russ could easily just be out of his prime. And I think he played a role.
Yeah, he
as
definitely
well,
played a role
but
to win a Super Bowl.
the weird thing to me is if you watch Russ play right now, his just overall decision-making is so poor. It makes you wonder how much of the decision-making he was actually doing with the Seahawks. Like, it was almost like they told him, hey, look to the left. One Mississippi, look to the right, throw it to this guy. Like now he'll see guys wide open, and he's not even making the read, which is so weird for a guy that's been in the league for 10 years. Like that, like if you're in the league for 10 years and you're not making those reads now, it's a pretty bad testament to your overall career. Like, and maybe he just can't. Maybe he physically can't see. Maybe he's going blind. Like he's going like Trent Richardson or something. I don't know.
You know all the other Seahawks players were talking bad about Russell the other day, right?
Like saying he was not that good.
No, saying like
He's cringe.
that he wasn't held to the same standards that all the other Seahawks players, and that Pete Carroll kind of made his stance clear that he was choosing Russ over the defense after that Super Bowl loss, and I guess they're kind of bitter from that.
Maybe that's why
They
Richard
don't like
Sherman
how
left.
Russ was like treated better than everybody else.
Maybe that's why Richard Sherman left. Which Richard Sherman, the video of him making that face when they throw the pick at the 2, is one.
Shows
the
everything you need
funniest
to know. Well, that's how everybody's face was.
I've
You just run the
never
ball with
seen a
Marshawn
worse
Lynch.
play call. It'll forever be listed. Have you ever seen that meme where the guy's like on the phone, he's like being sarcastic, and he's like pretending to be the OC up in the booth? You haven't seen that? So he's up in the booth. He has like, it's like a green screen. He's just messing around, but he has a headset on, and they're like, "What do we run here?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, what do we run here? Let's just pass it." Ha, like being a joke. And then he's like, "Let's just pass it." He's like, "You hear me, guys?
That's funny.
And then they just pass it, and he's like, "No."
Yeah, that's funny. Well, I just know I remember Pete Carroll's face after was pretty rough too.
I mean, bro, like
he didn't make a face. He just stood there like.
And then Miles Butler got paid like crazy and was so
Malcolm
average.
Butler, you mean?
Malcolm Butler.
Yeah.
Who's Miles Butler? Oh, Miles Butler. Shout out my boy from Randolph. That's my friend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we played baseball together. But Malcolm Butler, yeah. All right, let's go ahead and move over to the NBA. Lakers start off 0-3 for the first time since 2019. LeBron started 0-3 3 times. This is his 4th. He didn't make the playoffs all 3 times. He's never made the playoffs starting 0-3.
So this is my take. First of all, just get Russ out of there. I mean, what does it take to get this man out of Laker Nation? I don't get it. He doesn't want to be there. You don't want him to be there. He sucks now. He's not anywhere near of what he was. He can't shoot. Nobody on that team can shoot. And you just won't give up the 2029 first pick? I don't understand. Like, they're going to be one of the worst teams in the league this year if they don't get Russ off their hands. I don't get it. Like, and another thing about it is how LeBron, after the first game, was like, you know, we just don't got no shooters, man. And then after the past 2 games, he's like, you know what? I know the media is trying to get me to say something about Russ right now, so I'm just not going to do it, and that's not who I am. Well, when you say after the first game, hey, we don't have any shooting on this team, people are going to point fingers at Russ because he's the worst shooter. Let me throw out some stats for you to react to real quick. He's shooting 8% from 3 right now and 29% from the field.
Well, he also went 0 for 11 in one game, so that pretty hurts it. That hurts it pretty bad.
I think, and Kendrick Perkins said this a year ago, I think if he's almost going to be out of the league. He's that bad. He's so bad. He has a horrible attitude. He's a cancer. He makes everything about him. He can't accept any role. He's delusional. He won't look in the mirror and think, you know what? I'm not who I once was. And I'm just going to take a step back. He won't do that. He cries about everything. And Darvin Ham, after the game yesterday, was like, we don't have time. They were asking him about basically like Russ. And like Russ had the ball with the game expiring and just shot and bricked it like a 3. And then Darvin Ham was like, they took him out of the game right after he did that. For like the final 20 seconds. They took him out. And they asked Darvin Ham about it. He was like, listen, we don't got time to be worrying about feelings and stuff like now. Like, if you can't accept the role that you're getting, then you're just not going to be on this team.
Probably because they told him don't shoot, and then he shot a 3 anyway.
When the crowd gasps every time he shoots. The Laker crowd, they gasp.
Well, I said this before the year. I said if he's going to be successful, he needs to pass, get rebounds, be a hustle guy, and only shoot if it's a layup.
And he misses layups now.
We missed him last year. He had the worst shooting percentage in the paint of any guard last year.
Like, the best thing you're at, you suck at now.
Yeah.
Like, he's going away. Like,
I would not even go as far. It's not even an outlandish statement. This team doesn't make the playoffs.
Yeah,
if they do, don't. It's not this team. It's because they traded people to get. It's a new team.
Yeah,
a new Lakers team could.
This team at best is a playoff and playing and probably doesn't. Might not. You're right.
I think they're easily 12. 11.
I mean, in this NBA, it's about depth and shooting. You don't have that. I don't care what superstars you have. You're not making it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's about everybody is too good now to have superstars just dominate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's too good. You can't just have 2 superstars and no depth like the Miami Heat did. But they did have shooting though, but they didn't have depth, and it caused them a ton of trouble. And that's why they only won 2. Because a team like the Spurs had a crazy depth and crazy shooting, and that beats superstars. It does.
The Mavs
especially now
don't win now either.
Well, they lost their second best player in the offseason. But yeah, I mean, if you don't have, they lost their second best player, Jalen Brunson.
Oh, I was talking about the Mavs that beat the Heat.
Oh yeah. They should have beat the Mavs that year for sure. But I don't know if they should have beat. They shouldn't have beat the Spurs.
No, the Spurs. I mean,
they shouldn't have beat the Spurs in 2013. They should have won
Spurs.
4.
It's kind of trash that Kawhi even won that Finals MVP, but the Spurs are the Spurs. I mean, that was a super deep team. But anyway,
I mean, they won like 7 games.
Yeah, I just don't think that he was. I think by default they should have just given it to Tim Duncan.
That Tim Duncan was first team all NBA that
I'm
year
saying
too.
He should have won Finals MVP by default because, like, I guess Kawhi because of defense. I guess
yeah,
why he won.
Kawhi's defense was great. But Danny Green went off that Finals. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, like, and then he got paid after that too.
Yeah, like he went crazy.
Pick to win the Finals.
I gotta go Bucks. I think it's the safest pick. I think they have the best player in the world at the peak of his powers. He reminds me of LeBron on the Heat, where he's just physically better than everybody. Like, he's just going to physically dominate you. So even if he has an off shooting night, he can still affect the game in so many ways.
Yeah.
Because his passing's getting better. He's one of the best defenders, rebounding, all that. It seems like he's the best leader too. So I think the Bucks will win. I don't think the Warriors will repeat, even though, they could.
That's not my pick though.
They could.
My pick to win the finals this year is gonna be the Boston Celtics, bro. I think at this point, because what you see a lot of times in championship teams is they go through the fire and they're just like they're chipping away, and every year like, oh, this is it's not. Oh, this nah, and then they finally do. And it's like this like LeBron like carries the Cavs, doesn't get it, gets to the Heat, finally gets it. Even if that's another reason I picked the Michael Jordan. That's another reason I picked the Bills this year is because I feel like they're in a similar boat. They're just chipping away, and eventually you just get one.
Maybe they'll lose the Super Bowl again.
And so for the Celtics, I just think they had a young core with no experience. Now they got vets, and regardless of what you think of Jason Tatum, just them as an overall group, they've played together for years.
Yeah.
They've got a solid like Jaylen Brown. I think is legit.
They got Malcolm Brogdon.
They're deeper.
They're stupid deep. Good shooting.
I think they're 3-1.
Young, hungry.
Right.
That's a great pick, and that's my pick for the Eastern Conference Finals for sure. Probably Bucks in 7. But that could go either way. The Celtics are solid. I think if I had to pick, it's going to be between the Bucks or the Celtics, because again, like the Celtics defensively, super good. They got Malcolm Brogdon, another playmaker and shooter. So the Celtics are right there, man. And they went to the Eastern Conference Finals twice, lost twice, then went to the finals, lost. So it seems like they're
trending in the right. They're waiting
to win a finals.
Because that's again, like that's what you see.
And Jason Tatum should grow after that loss. Should learn from that. They all got the experience of being in the finals, how big that moment is. So next time they go to the finals, it won't be as big, and they'll be able to keep it calm.
Be able to be able to.
Yeah.
The next one was can the Warriors repeat, which,
they definitely can.
They definitely can.
They definitely
which
can.
Just
which
kind of
is scary. If they do, are they the best dynasty ever in the NBA?
Because Jordan did it in the expansion era, I'd have to say yes.
I think they are. I think if the Warriors do, they are, because it's
so
a different
hard.
team. It's different teams that won too. That's what's crazy, dude.
It's not. Well, it was different with Jordan's 3-peats.
They won in 15.
Jordan's 3-peats were different.
They won in 15. They won 73 games and lost in 7 and 16. Won in 17. Won in 18. Lost the finals in 19.
It's 5-8.
I know.
Jordan was 6-8.
I know, but they went to 7 finals in that span.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say because Jordan didn't play.
They went to 7 finals.
But who they lose to the finals? LeBron.
They went to the finals in 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
They didn't go in
22.
19?
Yeah, they played
they lost
Raptors.
to the Raptors.
So they've been in 6 and 8. 6 finals in 8 years. And then if they go this year, then it'll be 7 and 9.
It would have to be this year because.
And then they'd be seven finals in 9 years and then 5 championships.
Yeah.
That's right there.
9.
That's right there with Jordan.
I thought it was 5 and 8. I don't know anymore.
That's right there with Jordan and me.
It's so tough. Jordan, the expansion era is.
What are you talking about?
Jordan played in the expansion era, so there was a lot of new teams in the NBA,
and they all sucked.
Yes,
right.
They were trash.
No, and I'm saying that.
So it helps the Warriors' case,
right? Because everybody and all the player mobility, everybody teams up now. So teams are just like more juggernauts. So like I feel like,
but I'm saying
to win.
You could play. Like 8 seeds aren't crazy, but the second round of for Jordan, it seemed like until the Eastern Conference Finals, it was like.
Do you think that Kevin Durant going there hurts their dynasty? Obviously, they won 2, but I'm saying like if they win those without KD, to me, it's like the most unquestionable.
I think that they're right there without him too. I don't think they win 2 necessarily.
No, they definitely don't beat the Cavs in 2017 without Durant. Like they won't. They would not beat LeBron.
They won in 5.
They won in 5.
I think they might just because they had just won 73 games and they had just lost to that team. So I think it might have just been.
But that Cavs team got better, though, is what I'm saying. I don't think they beat LeBron without KD that year. And I don't even know if they beat him the year after. I mean, it's going to be a dog.
What was that Cavs team missing?
Nothing. Are you talking about in 2017? They were great. They were not a great team, but they were very, very good LeBron team. They had shooting everywhere, and LeBron, Kyrie, and Kevin Love healthy. And
trade Russ for one shooter. Trade him for Buddy Hield and
you got at least a 6 seed, maybe.
Like, at this point, bro, like, what's his name has been great. That shooting guard. He's the only reason I see hope in the team.
Guy?
And I might no. You don't know who I'm talking about? I think they drafted him.
Oh yeah, that guy.
He dropped 20 in back-to-back
that
games.
one night.
No, he did it again the next night too.
That's good.
Oh, they didn't play today. Did they play yesterday?
No. Yeah. Oh, they did.
Oh yeah, they
lost.
lost. That was their third straight.
Yeah, that was.
I think he still dropped 20 something that game too. Larry Walker 15, but 7 for 13 shooting.
Yeah, that's at least something. And then if
he's averaging 15,
and Miles Turner, I think that would be.
Yeah,
sweet.
he's 23 years old.
Yeah, I feel like I know that name.
He played for Miami. I don't know.
Oh,
He had 15. He had 5 in their first ever game, but I mean, it was his first ever NBA game. And then he had 26 and then 15. So who knows? Maybe you got something there. Which is hard to tell because how many freaking Lakers dudes
maybe
play freaking great their first couple of games and then they're like, everyone gets so high on them. Like, what's his name was great his rookie year that they just traded.
Bro, this is a blowout. He must not be playing well.
Yeah, the Bears' offense is finally clicking, huh?
I'm saying Mac might have a chance to start.
I'm telling you, I think he came in because Mac wasn't 100%. I really think that. Because Mac looked... Remember when Mac got sacked and he put his head down? I couldn't tell if he was sad or if he was hurt.
He might just be hurt. I mean, that's those high ankle sprains. You know better than anybody. Don't just go away.
He's 11 for 15 with 156 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
So that means his completions were pretty short after those first, 5? He had 100 with 5, so he's at 50 with 6. So less than 10 yards of completion. But anyway, star bench cut. You ready?
Yeah. Another pick. Jeez.
Yeah, the Bears. Go Bears, baby. Bear down. All right. Star bench cut. This is current players in their current state. Damian Lillard, James Harden, Chris Paul.
All right, I'm going to... It's tough.
In their current state.
I'm starting James Harden, benching Damian Lillard, and cutting CP3. Because just after the first, 2-3 games of the 76ers, James Harden does look like 90% of what he was. And 90% of what he was is better than Damian Lillard at 100%. And obviously CP3, I'm not going to say he's washed, but he's just not on those guys' level. Obviously, he's just not. So,
yeah, so I'm man, my phone's freaking out. I'm with you there.
You can make a good argument. You can start Dame, though.
So
what if you switched and put Dame on the 76ers? You think they're better?
What?
You think if Damian's on the 76ers, they're better?
Yes. So that's what
I don't know.
So, okay, here. Last year, Damian Lillard was hurt. So if I would have done this 3 games ago, I would have said start James Harden, bench Damian Lillard, cut CP3. But after watching the first 3 games of the season, I'm starting Damian Lillard, benching James Harden, and cutting CP3. And the reason I'm doing that is Damian Lillard dropped 40 twice. He looks good. He dropped 20. I think he dropped 20 his first game, maybe his third game. Regardless, one of the 2 he dropped 20, and then back-to-back games at 41.
Yeah.
So he's averaging 34 so far this year, which is a small sample size.
I think James is averaging like 30.
He's showing that he's still him without, the injury. Which is another guy that you might want to look for, the Lakers. Come on. But
that's not going to happen.
I mean, who freaking knows how many years does he have left on his contract?
Unless they traded AD for him. Well, how are you going to freaking afford LeBron at $50 million and Damian Lillard at $60? That's just not going to happen.
They'll pay the luxury tax.
Dame is staying in Portland for the rest of his career, especially after signing that contract.
He's 32.
I don't think anybody's paying.
He played at Weber State.
Nobody's paying Damian. That seems fit for him. Somewhere small.
Yeah, like a
people
John
doubted him and stuff. Yeah,
Murray State.
But I think nobody's gonna want to pay Damian Lillard $60 million a year at like his last 2 years of his contract. So,
all right, we're gonna move over into college football. Let's start off with your official Heisman pick after week 8.
So my Heisman pick, it's so tough.
I'm gonna shock you with mine. I think.
Okay, my Heisman pick is Stroud.
Yeah,
Stroud's the easiest pick because he's playing really well.
You've been going safe picks lately.
He's the favorite. All Heisman in is narrative, and Stroud fits a narrative. He played really well last year. Lost it to Bryce Young. A lot of people wanted Stroud to be the Heisman. He plays for Ohio State. Everybody loves Ohio State.
Yeah, thinks they're the best offense. Just
Yeah,
Iowa's.
it's the
Iowa
narrative.
apparently is the best defense God's
yeah,
ever created.
yeah.
Like, what is happening?
and so they're gonna want Stroud to win. He's probably gonna beat Michigan at home, and he'll obviously win the Big Ten. The Big Ten East is the worst division in the freaking universe. So yeah, I think Stroud will win it. But if Hooker beats Georgia,
I thought you were going to say that, but that's still
if
not
Hooker beats Georgia, it gets interesting. It gets really interesting.
I'm going to just give a wraparound of this guy and this team. If you guess it, you guess it. If you don't, you don't. They start off a little slow. He started off slow. And last game went crazy. One less incompletion than he had touchdowns. Or one more incompletion than he had touchdowns. Their offense is clicking. They're ranking back up. They're getting back into shape. They play in a division or in a conference where they can put up some numbers. And I think at the end of the year, you're going to find that Bo Nix is a Heisman favorite. And I think his stats will be so much better than at Auburn. It'll be insane. Part of it is to do with being in the Pac-12. The other part of it is Auburn sucks balls. And, I mean, Bo Nix, bro. I mean, he already has better stats this year than he's ever had. He has 17 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, threw 5 touchdowns last week with only 6 incompletions. I mean, I think they could play some trash teams. And that's the thing is, like, when you look at guys like Hooker, like, even look at Bryce Young, right? They play Mississippi State. He plays great. He plays fine.
Yeah,
but he ends up, but statistically, it's not a Heisman game. Like, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. It's a good game.
It's just Bryce.
And it's a winning game where you win 30-6. It's not a Heisman game. When you're in the Pac-12, one, with Oregon, he's never coming out the game. He's going to play the whole game. And 2, he's going to put up crazy offensive numbers because the whole conference does. So, yeah, I like Bo Nix. I never would have picked him for the
How would he beat
Heisman,
C.J. Stroud in the Heisman?
I think you could
It's
find
not
that
gonna be
by the end of the
possible.
year that his the
only
reason
way is
where
if he
you
loses
lost
in
me,
Michigan.
where I almost switched up, where you got me was the narrative part. It is so much of that, and with C.J. Stroud, they would just say he got robbed twice, and it's the biggest massacre.
He's gonna win it.
Like he might win it just because
if Hooker beats Georgia and then Bama again in the SEC championship, you automatically have to give it to him.
Yeah,
that would be like the greatest.
But I mean, like
the greatest resume ever. You beat
Bo
number
Nix,
1 Georgia at Georgia, and then you beat Bama twice in the same year. That would be unprecedented.
Okay.
Yeah,
in the SEC. Okay.
I'm saying you beat Alabama twice.
Is voting might be before the SEC title.
And this doesn't mean
might be before
this. No, it's always after the SEC or it's always after the conference championship. But
I could easily see Bo Nix throwing for 4,000, and he'd have over 30 touchdowns in less than 10
It doesn't
picks.
matter. He won't beat Stroud. But the thing is like, I think that this doesn't mean that I think these guys are better than Bryce Young, because I don't, and they're not even on the same planet as Bryce. Just want to throw that out there. The only reason Bryce isn't going to be up there is because, well, he was hurt for a game, and it's so hard to win back-to-back because you have to have better stats than you did the year before. And Bryce threw for 40-some touchdowns and only like 7 picks, so it's basically impossible to repeat.
Yeah, I think Bryce is the best quarterback in college football, obviously, but he also missed a game.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know.
But, yeah. Anything else on college football?
The
way I said that was so stupid.
Big Ten.
Anything else on college
conference prediction? Champion?
Big Ten champion?
Yeah.
Oh, Ohio State. I just think
I like Michigan.
I think Michigan. Well, yeah, I think Michigan has a puncher's chance, but at Ohio State,
I think that's what we said last year.
They were at Michigan.
No, but a punter's chance type mentality.
No, I think it was more close. It was at Michigan, and Michigan had a good team in that defense and everything.
Yeah, they had Hutchinson,
Caden McCullen or whatever. I don't know his name. Aiden Hutchinson, yeah. But
they have McNamee now.
It's at
their QB from last year is still there, but he got benched for.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he was playing well last year. Is what I'm saying.
He's playing about the same he's playing this year.
Who, the other guy?
Yeah, McNamee. Yeah, he's playing fine. He's just a game manager. He was last year too.
But the other guy can run. And
well, JJ McCarthy's just an elite athlete.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think it'd be really tough for Michigan to win that game. I bet you the spread is gonna be over 7 for Ohio State. I bet it'll be like 9, 10-point spread.
No.
I think it will be. I think Vegas loves Ohio State.
What was their Iowa? Well, their Iowa spread was probably Iowa sucks. I don't actually.
That's not a good win. I don't care what anyone says. Now I know it's good wins
It's
because
like
they're
people
blowing
were like, yeah,
out.
their defense is good. Why are we acting like their defense? They were talking like their defense was the best in the nation.
Bama and Tennessee are dropping 50 on them. 50.
Tennessee's dropping 60.
I don't care what kind of defense you have. The better
Tennessee
offense
dropped 50
wins.
on UT Martin in the first quarter.
Bama's
basically.
defense is better than Ohio State's defense, especially and Eli Ricks, the transfer from LSU, that guy's going to be drafted in the first round. That guy's a stud. I can't believe it took him that many weeks to start for Bama.
Ohio State's 15.
He was a 5-star and a preseason All-American from LSU. That guy is a stud. I guarantee your defense is going to look a lot different because of how much trouble we've had in the secondary with Eli Ricks. And if you watch the game against Mississippi State, he was hungry, bro. He was hungry. I don't know if you watched it at Breeze or not, but
Yeah, I watched the game.
yeah, he was
On YouTube.
hungry.
Shout out to the people that put
Eli
games
Ricks
on
is
YouTube
coming,
live.
dude. Eli Ricks is that dude, and he's going to change our defense for the
We're
better.
going to play a little game called Guess the Spread.
Okay? I bet you I'm going to be raw at it.
All right. Guess the spread. We'll start in the Big Ten. We're going to do 2 games per conference.
This is for this Saturday.
Yeah, this Saturday.
All right.
Ohio State, Penn State.
Ohio State by...
It's at Penn State, by the way.
13.5.
Wait, is it? No, it's at Penn State. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, Ohio State by 13.5.
15.5.
Dang, all right, that's not bad.
Game number 2 at the Big House. Michigan State.
Michigan by 17.
Michigan by 22.
Dang, I was going to say 21. I thought it's a rivalry game.
We're going to go over to the SEC.
So I don't know if they...
Guess the spread.
Okay.
Auburn, Arkansas at Auburn.
Arkansas by 6.5.
Arkansas by 4.
Okay.
Guess the spread.
Okay.
Tennessee, Kentucky at Tennessee.
Tennessee by 17.5.
Ooh, you went big. 12.5 Tennessee.
Okay. Kentucky's not that good.
I need you to get one, bro.
I'm doing good.
You're doing all right. ACC.
Oh, I'm not going to know any of this.
Guess the spread. I'll try to pick one you know. Syracuse, Notre Dame at Syracuse
Syracuse by 7.
by 3. You picked the right team. Syracuse by 3.
Oh, I knew Syracuse was going to be favored.
North Carolina, Pitt at North Carolina.
North Carolina by 3.5.
Yes.
Let's go.
3.5. There we go.
All right, sweet.
We're moving over. Big 12. Guess the spread. Oklahoma State, Kansas State.
At Kansas State.
At Kansas State.
Oklahoma State by 7.5.
Whoa. Oklahoma gets Kansas State by 1.5. Kansas State is ranked. They're like,
I know. I don't know how that spread's 1.5.
that spread
Oklahoma
was,
State is obviously better.
So
than that.
before I even read 1.5. Yesterday it was even. It said EVEN, even. The
Bro,
spread.
I got Oklahoma State by a touchdown in that game. That's
All right.
crazy.
Game number 2, TCU West Virginia at West Virginia. TCU's undefeated. Top
TCU 10 by 10.
7.5.
Okay.
Did I influence that?
No, I knew they were really good.
Who did we miss? Pac-12.
We
All
already
right,
did
last
Pac-12.
conference. Pac-12.
Oh,
Oregon, California at California.
Oregon versus California at California.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon by 17.5.
Oh, 17.
17?
Yeah,
Dang.
17.0. Last one. Utah, Washington State at Washington State.
Utah by 3.
8.
I thought I was going to get that one.
So we did 2 per, so that's 8.
But I got
you
every
got
single
2.
winning team.
Yeah, you did.
That's good.
But you got 2 right out of 8,
Yeah.
which is still good.
All right.
He just threw a pick 6.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh, you got him.
The Bears defense is going insane, bro.
So Zap's been zapping.
All right. What else we got?
Zap's
We
been
going into
zapping
MC?
a baby.
Is it MC
So
time?
MLB, Bryson Schwartz.
Okay. Bryce Harper is in his prime. Just won the MVP last year. Beginning of this year was going crazy. Probably would have won MVP if he doesn't get hurt. I mean, he's going absolutely nuts. His OPS is like stays over 1,000 now. He's going crazy in the playoffs. Something mentally clicked for him, dude. Like, he is going insane. I'm so excited to see like the next few years of Bryce Harper, because he gets more hate than anybody, which is warranted. He gets paid a lot of money. He has a big mouth.
Yeah.
But he seems like he's matured a lot too, you know?
Yeah.
And he's probably like my favorite player in the MLB right now. So
All right.
I'm excited to watch him play. He is in his prime. Like, he's going crazy.
All right, we're gonna move over into the
And
top.
one more thing is nobody gets hotter than Kyle Schwarber. Pause.
You stay with the pause, bro. You stay with it.
I had to save myself.
Bye.
Nobody gets hotter than Kyle Schwarber, and then we'll be like nobody.
We're gonna move. We're gonna move over into the. Oh, what was I saying? We're gonna move over into outside of sports. This is our last topics. First off, you got math, science. What is it? Math, science, English, reading. Is that what it is? What's the name for?
Math, science, reading, English.
Oh, English. Yeah.
yeah.
What colors each?
Math is red. English is blue. No. Reading is blue. Science is purple. English.
Oh, it's history. That's what we're missing.
Oh, wait.
Not reading. Math, science, history, and English.
Okay. Math is red. English is yellow. History is black. And science is blue.
Dude, there's no way history's black. That's terrible,
What do
bro.
you think history is?
So, I think math is red. English,
Blue.
I think math is red. English is blue. History is yellow. And science is green.
Yeah, you're right, but I'm just going to go with mine. All
All right, over into superheroes.
Superheroes.
This is a topic I like to call who's the first to die and who is leaving the room alive. So we
Okay.
got 3 superheroes. They're 1v1v1.
Is this MCU edition?
Well, the first
Oh, this is...
the first ones aren't having
Oh, okay.
no MCU.
Well, it doesn't matter what order we did it, bro.
I would say just comically.
Okay, so...
But anyway, who's the first to die and who's leaving the room alive? Superman, Omni-Man, Homelander.
Omni-Man's leaving the room dead, so he's not leaving the room. Omni-Man's No. Homelander is dying. Did I say Omni-Man twice? Jeez. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Omni-Man is leaving the room
I'm
dead.
so sorry, guys. Okay. Homelander is dying first, obviously. Just not on those guys' levels. Omni-Man is dying second, and Superman leaves the room. Now, if it's Man of Steel, I think he might lose to Omni-Man. But
So,
Superman,
yeah,
comically,
Superman.
he beats
Yeah,
Omni-Man.
so I think
He's
Homelander
unbeatable.
dies. Homelander dies. Omni-Man.
Quickly dies.
Yeah, I think Homelander's the first to die. Omni-Man also dies, and Superman leaves the room alive.
But the Superman Omni-Man fight's going to be legendary.
Yeah.
But Superman comes out on top. Omni-Man punches him into the sun, and he doesn't know that actually powers him up, and then Superman gets charged up, punches him, done.
Amen.
That's my interpretation of the fight.
Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man. Who's the first to die, and who is leaving the room alive?
Okay, so comically, I would say it's just so hard to say Captain America dies. You know what I mean? Because he's such a fighter. It's just tough for me to think like he dies first. But I'm going to go Captain America dies first. Iron Man dies second. Spider-Man lives. Comically, like Spider-Man is so freaking strong.
Yeah.
And he's not just he's really smart. I don't think he's as smart as Tony Stark, but he's on that level. But they're also like different kind of smart. But still, he's super, super smart. So I don't really think you can just be like, well, Tony Stark's so smart, but Spider-Man's like right there. with
Yeah.
him and Smarts.
So I'd have to say that. Yeah, I'd have to say Captain America is the first to die, and Spider-Man leaves the room alive.
Yeah.
I would have to. I think.
That's the most genuine laugh I've had in a long time. Like, I heard your voice crack and I immediately lost it. Like, it was no mercy.
My voice cracks like a 12-year-old boy.
I know, but the way
It's remarkable.
But the way I just laughed at that was really funny. Like, I just.
Why does my voice crack? I'm 21 years old. My
21?
voice cracks literally. We're tired, I guess.
Yeah.
We're like
high. Almost.
dude. You know, like when you're hanging out with your boys and everyone's.
That's what Hayden will do to me if we're like mid conversation. Go,
You know, when you're hanging out with your boys, and like
everything just turns funny.
yeah, everything's so funny, bro. Y'all are just sitting there like maybe like the lights are off or something.
Yeah.
And people just
Like you're
random
trying to go to
noise,
sleep. Yeah.
No one
Yeah.
can sleep because you're just dying laughing
Yeah.
at the stupidest things that make no sense.
Do you think that Captain America has a chance against Iron Man though?
No.
Like I feel like he
Comically,
has
I
a chance.
don't.
Comically, he's insane.
And I think he only won
MCU
an
is the
MCU.
only Captain America's and Iron Man are the only people that didn't get nerfed.
I think
Like
Captain
America got like a step above what he is in the comics. So probably not. Like I'm not gonna say that because there's gonna be
Captain
people
America,
crushing me for that. But he
is
was
not-
insane.
Captain America only won because of plot armor.
No, but Captain America. We got to get when Adam moves down here his take on Captain America because it is gold. About how he's the selfish one.
And then,
But anyway-
I guess Adam's not coming till November now.
Oh, okay, of course.
I mean, like, this dude.
You just got pack up your bags and come on.
Yeah, bro. For real.
All right.
He's like, I might be back next week to see the Alabama game.
Oh, really? He said that?
He said something. I don't remember.
Well,
what he
they're
said.
in a bye week.
Or does
They
I'm not
have
even
a
talking
bye-
about this.
They have a bye week.
He said something.
Wow, I can't believe the Bears took it to him, bro. See, you know what? You know what Justin Fields is gonna be. You know how you were saying how Gus Malzahn always won the game he needed to win to stay. I feel like Justin Fields is gonna be that guy that sucks and then just wins the game that he needs to win, or he'll get fired. And then he's just
Justin
gonna
Fields-
torment the Bears by doing that. You know what I mean?
I could see Justin Fields being a Jalen Hurts.
No, he's not Jalen Hurts. Bro.
Not right now. Not even close.
I don't know about
I
that.
could see him
Jalen
growing
Hurts
into
has
that.
way
I
more
don't think you
touch.
understand how
Good Jalen
weird-
Hurts was at Oklahoma, and how good. If you watch the game where he came in for Tua against Georgia, bro, he was throwing dots. Like he was a completely different passer. So
I'm with
I
you,
don't
bro. I
know.
love
Like
Jalen.
I don't think
I love Jalen.
Justin Fields can beat Jalen Hurts.
Justin Fields against when they beat Clemson.
Yeah, I mean he was solid.
He was crazy good. And he was playing on one leg.
But I remember, yeah, but they got crushed by Bama. See, why don't they mention like Ohio State has only gone to what 3 playoffs?
Ohio State's won one title in my life.
Yeah, they're so overrated, bro.
They
They're like
won one.
They're like Georgia didn't win since 1980.
Yeah.
Like nobody's on Bama's level.
No.
I'm
Clemson
sorry.
was for 4
It's not even
years
close.
when we went back and forth.
Yeah, they're the second team in my lifetime.
Yeah.
It's Clemson. They've been to a ton of playoffs and they won 2.
They
of them.
went at one point. They went to more than us because
They
the
didn't go to
first
the
one
first
that
one.
we missed. They stayed, and then they went the next year when we went, and then they had more.
No, they didn't because they didn't go in 2014 and we went in that one.
Right, but then they went to every one.
We went to 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018. Didn't go to 2019.
I'm pretty sure they have the longest.
We've only haven't been to one playoff, dude. I know I'm right. There's no reason to look this up.
Well, then we're tied. But either way, I think
No, they haven't gone to 7. No, it's not going to have the information.
Yeah, it does.
No,
Yeah, well,
who's been to the most playoffs? Just say who's been in the most playoffs in college football.
I'm talking about longest streak.
No, it doesn't matter about the streak. It doesn't matter about the streak. You said that they have been in more playoffs than us.
What the freak is that about?
Okay, I can't do with you looking stuff up. You don't know how to do it. You don't know how to do it. Which
I mean,
college?
I'm not talking about overall because
Football.
obviously it's Alabama because Clemson didn't
So
even make
how
last
did
year.
they have a bigger streak than us? You said that
They-
at some
they
point
made more
they made
straight.
more playoffs than us.
Yes.
That's what you said. That's wrong. They didn't go.
They still went the year that we didn't go.
Yeah, but we went the year
Then we're
they didn't
tied,
go.
Is what I'm saying.
They didn't go last year.
I know, but they went after 14. They went like 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
We did too. We went to 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
No, we missed the playoff before them.
No, we did.
Yes, we did.
Dude. No, we didn't.
We
We
did.
went to the first playoff and Clemson wasn't in it. In
I know.
2014.
We haven't
Then
been
we
to
went-
every playoff.
I can't do this.
You think we've been to every playoff?
We didn't go to the 2019 playoff. That's it. So we went to 14, 15,
And they
16,
did.
17,
But they did
but
go to
they didn't
19.
go to the 14. How do you not understand?
Right. They didn't go to the first, but they went to the one that we weren't in. So that would mean that we were tied. Plus, did they go to 20? Were they in the 2020 playoff? The all-conference year?
Did they
The
lose?
COVID year?
They lost to Ohio State.
So then, boom, they went to more straight. That's all you need. Because they went from 2015 to 2020
And we went from 14 to,
to
9.
18.
Oh. Well, we've been to more overall.
I know.
But you said at one point they went to more than we
right,
did.
that year. 2020,
Hold
they
on.
had been to more than us.
There's no way. Hold on. They haven't been to 14 and they haven't been to 21.
Right. So from 15 to 20, they went every year.
Yeah, but they still didn't have more than us because we went in 2020. So we would have been tied at 5. There's been no point where they had more than us.
We both had 4. And then
Yeah.
we both had 5. And then we had 6. Is that what
No,
you're saying?
we have 7 out of 8.
We've played 13 games in the playoff.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Because every year we go to the championship when we're in
We've
the
played
playoff.
a full season's worth.
The only
of
time we
playoffs.
haven't been in the playoff championship is when we lost to Ohio State in the semifinal, who won the championship. Caden.
What?
We've always gone to the championship, too. We always win the semifinals besides Ohio State. which is
So
also
Bama's
insane.
been to 13, played 13 games in the playoffs. Clemson played 10, and we have the same amount of losses.
Ohio State played 6. Oklahoma 4. Georgia 4. OSU 2.
Georgia's 3-1 in the playoffs.
Cincinnati 1. Wow, they don't belong in that. That's sad.
Their own 1 though, so it's basically nothing.
Florida State made a playoff?
Notre Dame's made 2, and they're 0-2. Why does Notre Dame go in?
I don't know, but we need to wrap this up.
All right, guys, thanks for joining the Good Point Bro podcast, episode number 24. We know you love today's episode, so please go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. We know you want to join for the ride, so why not just go ahead and join now?
Don't sleep.
Don't sleep, baby.
We're back
All right.
at it.
We're back at it. Hopefully we'll get 3 out this week. If not, 3 out next week. We appreciate all the love, all the support. If you guys missed our clips, they're back better than ever. That's all I got for you. Y'all stay safe. Enjoy yourselves. Go Bears. Bear down. Best team in the NFC. All right.
Peace.
It didn't turn off.
Peace.
Peace.